Okay, Backgammon fans.
Good match. Good match.
Good morning. Yeah, it's slightly afternoon. Good afternoon from Monaco. Today, now, we have going on the 2 high roller jackpot semifinals on stream 1. We have Victor Askenazi and Peter Jazz Thompson. Here on stream 2, we have, hang on, I gotta respond to one person. Hello. Here we have George Rabahie, who is from Lebanon, and Mario Kuhl, who is from Germany. So, 15-point match. High roller super jackpot. So the 2 losing semifinalists each get $14,000, 14,000 euros, I guess. The finalist overall gets 28,000 euros, and the winner overall gets 56,000 euros. So, pretty good payday. Depending on who it is, I mean, you're playing for a lot of money. So, should be some intense competition here. Now, let's see. I don't remember. Well, Mario beat Mochi in the quarterfinal. Trying to remember who George beat. We streamed it, but it escapes me. I've got a picture here of the bracket. Let me look, and I can catch you up to date here before we get going. George beat Martin Frederick Kahn, and then he beat Sander Leilhoff. So, what a path. So, anyway.
Mario asked for a coffee. May I bring it in inside? It's okay? There's a beef.
Okay, so let me get focused here. Good early start. Shot almost no significant advantage to either player. 6-2 hits. Probably just may step up. Makes it a bit easier. He can't safety the one that he just hit with a 6. He could step up with the one on the 22 and make it a little easier perhaps to escape that one or make another point later on. Mishi Poo is in the house. Yeah, that's what I would have expected him to do. He hadn't hit the clock yet, but what we'll see. Yeah, she gets up early. Now, what we noticed yesterday in George's match with Sander Leilhoff, he used about a minute in the whole match of bank time, so plays extremely rapidly, briskly. I think I've seen a little bit of Mario's. What?
Oh, okay.
So Mario seems to play a bit more deliberately, although I haven't noticed him playing extremely slow by any means, but he's going to play a little bit more deliberately than George, because George is not going to let any time go off his clock. Okay. Set of 2s, so he'll take that. Now, does he shift to put 2 in the air? No, he's going to take the second checker, which makes sense. So there's 2 checkers on the bar. Now, who is this? George, I think, is a fairly, again, what I saw against Sanders, pretty aggressive player. So this cube, probably a right cube, correct cube anyway, but certainly doesn't surprise me. And Mario lets it go. So it's 1-0 George. Now at 2 p.m. later today, so that's an hour and 45 minutes from now,
Oh, sorry.
the main Monte Carlo World Championship begins play. So right after these two matches, these two semifinal matches, we will have two first-round matches in the Monte Carlo World Championship. One of them will be Sander Lylehoff. I'm not sure who he's playing. We've started a bit of a tradition that first round we always stream the defending champion. So Sander will be playing the stream 2 match. That'll be stream 1, privilege of the world champion. The second match on stream 2, we haven't finalized it, but likely will be David Wells versus Dirk Schiemann. So there's some very good first round pairings out there, and we had to choose among 4 probably for that second stream, and we've pretty much decided that we will go with Schiemann and Wells, unless somebody else in the organization or staff has a significant problem with that. I don't suspect we typically don't get any resistance in that regard. So a couple of good matches. Okay, double sixes. So George has got well advanced. He's got the one trailer back there that he's going to have to escape. Set of aces. Ooh, going to make the bar unstack the tallest point in there. So he's got a 5 prime. George needs a deuce. He didn't get it. Now he's getting ahead of himself.
Sorry.
Yeah, so he doesn't have any timing at all. Mario's going to force the issue here. Unless George and Mario gets to roll first, so he could make that 4 point, but George snaps it up. So here we go. 4-2 makes the 4 point. Perfect roll. So now George is going to just have to bide his time here, and ultimately I think he's just going to be playing to he rolls a 4-2, as you would see. It doesn't play. So he's going to have to come off the 9. So an A6 or something could reverse this, but turns the A6 from an escaping number to a super joker if he puts it on the 4 point. Okay, so he decides against the super joker, anti-joker play. Ace and a deuce there. So now Mario's likely got to attack this checker. Makes it 3 point with a 4-5. Now, as all of y'all who watch my commentaries know, I do continuously monitor the chat line. So if you've got... Do what, honey? You've got comments, suggestions, questions, critiques, whatever, just be sure and type them into the chat line, and I'll try to respond to them as appropriate. Remake is 6 prime, preferable to making the deuce point. Now he has the opportunity to pick up a second checker. Does not. So he's not gonna... What were you saying? I didn't... Okay, so now Mario's going to try to walk this prime home. George is likely going to crunch here a little bit. When he doesn't, he's still got one more roll, so, you know. Ooh, pardon me. Okay. And George didn't want to hit that because, in all probability, if he did, he would risk the potential of getting a second checker back with only, he's all in his home board and only one checker back. Gammons are extremely unlikely at this point. So, you know, but had he hit and then, rolled like a 1-4, 1-5, 1-3, he would have blotted in his home board as well. So, didn't want to do that. Mario's going to give him the chance to roll that ace-X again. He doesn't. Five. Ooh. As you can see, we're playing dice on the checker is invalid. It's to be the traditional rules of dice flat on the playing surface. Also, we're playing responsible moves, not legal moves. So, if someone were to make an illegal move, then his opponent has the option to accept it or make him play it over again. So, again, you have to be careful what you're doing. That's why they call it responsible moves. So this is going to be a two-pointer for Mario. I guess something could go freakishly south, but well, two sets could potentially do it. Hey, Aviv. Tara. Okay, 2-0 Mario, and we go to game 3. Tara. What is Rory doing over there? He's got things to do. I've got money I've got to give him. I've got people to tell him that wants to register. So, okay. Five one, so he's likely, well, purest play would be to slot the 5. We'll see if he does that. Could go, 11-10's another option. Stepping up to the 21 is another option. Okay, George. 4, rather than putting another blot in play, I suspect he's going to slot the 5, but we shall see. That's right. Five one. Okay.
Is just one. You have one entry.
1250.
Yep.
And that's this guy,
Yeah.
all his information. And then
That's
this Aviv,
Yep,
Felix Ziva,
Felix, I got.
and this guy here who's going to come back about 12:30 or something other.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Get in.
That was really interesting.
Uh-huh.
That was interesting over there. That was a good one.
Okay, so Mario has sent the cube to George. I gotta think this. Hey, race is relatively even. Aces, he can hit and make the bar. One more checker to go. I think he plays 11, either 11-10 or 13-12, or 12-11, 13-12. He wants to make that 8-point. So I wouldn't think that he would lift the blot on the 8-point. Okay, makes sense. One 4, so he's going to have to. Well, he thought he chose not to bury a checker, so he plays 7-3. Set of 4s, makes the 8-point. Now he'll go to the 5 and the 8. 8, 5. There you go. Okay, George is trying to keep from make the 2-point. He hopes that he doesn't end up crunching much. Mario's there's 4-1. He's going to leave a blot. He'd like to hit with a 2, but he doesn't have a 4. So I can't imagine that he would offer up 2 blots in his home board. Just aren't many good options here. Play 8-2. So now he's in every likelihood going to crack on the next roll. I would, he's got to step up to potentially escape, but requires him to leave a blot. Yeah. Does he make the deuce point or does he come out? He's going to make the deuce point. I think that's probably appropriate. Okay, so now he'd like to pick up the fourth checker. Can't do it. One, two, three into the ace. Gives him saves fours and fives with a spare on a six. Okay. Play 3 to the 4 point. 1, 2. He could take that blot onto the deuce, but I think this is less future potential blotting numbers. Okay. George would like a 6. Doesn't get it, but is able to play it without cracking off that 6 point. Mario's going to, oh, I'm surprised. Mario runs. I thought he would hang in there, just play 12-6 and let George have another opportunity to crack off the 6 point. 6-4, so that's just going to, this is a tough call. I mean, he could leave the checker there, so he's only subject to a single shot, but requires him to break the 6. 6-4 doesn't work. I think he's going to end up moving the other checker. Maybe, well, he could play this to the deuce, but, you know, and leave only an indirect, but long way home. Although George is probably going to have to be move that checker off his 18 point. Bud Backgammon from Santiago, Chile. Welcome. Three, 1. Doesn't want that checker sent back, so he 6-4, yeah. Double fives forced. 1, 2, 3. That's it. 6-3. I'm taking one off the 3. Okay. Leaves him out on the back, but had he played it otherwise, there's always the potential of a double blotting number. Had he played it off the 5 and then rolled 6-5, he would have left 2 blots. So probably aren't many gammons out there, so he doesn't really want to take any risks. It's interesting. I didn't know. I think that roll was as significant as George seemed to think it was. So he burned a good minute on that double two. Ace deuce, go ahead and take it in. Mario ace deuce. I just take him off. George is likely leaving on the next roll anyway. Okay, so he's gone. Kind of tightens it up a little bit. Mario should be able to still yet bring this home, but double sixes tighten it up. 5-2. Got 8 checkers, but he probably has a miss or two in his future, such as that. Another set, and George is right in this. Okay. Needs to get that other set soon, as in now. Doesn't get it. So increasingly unlikely. Now only a 2-1 keeps Mario from winning on the next roll. If he rolls a 2-1, George could roll 2s or better. Doesn't, so 4-1 Mario. Again, I think I mentioned main event starts at 2 p.m. The
Correct. Yeah.
the brackets are drawn. There's some great first round pairings. Again, we'll stream kind of the privilege of the defending world champion. We'll stream Sander Lalhoff's first match due to a little bit of a glitch in the definition of the brackets and all. We don't know exactly who Sander's playing yet. But we do have 4 other significant first round matches. Zdeněk Ziska's playing Justin Knoll. Petko Kostadinov is playing Peter Jez Thompson. Chris Trencher's playing Kazuki Yokota. And David Wells is playing Dirk Schiemann. We'll probably stream the Schiemann-Wells match. Trencher and Kazuki have been on quite a bit already. PJT is on right now. So kind of between Zdeněk and Justin and David Wells and Dirk Schiemann, and that's probably what we're going to go with. So, an hour and a half from now, this room, which may look a bit empty over my shoulder, is going to be a beehive of activity, bustling with everyone beginning their quest for the 2023 Backgammon World Championship. So it'll be exciting. It's played at a relatively relaxed schedule. It's only 3 matches per day. So, okay, George Kind of likes this position. Mario lets it go. I didn't count it, but I thought he might have spent a bit more time on that. Although he may have already judged it while George was thinking about it. But anyway, during the week, beginning today, first round match is at 1,400, second round match is 1,700, and the third match today is at 2,200, and that'll essentially continue the same fashion throughout the week. But those are, what are they, 17-point matches, so 3 17-point matches is going to be a fair amount of work. Typically, on average, 17-point match would take roughly 3 hours. Oftentimes may take less than that, but 11 minutes per point is a kind of a standard average rule of thumb. And so there you have it. And that's kind of the spacing that you see. 2 o'clock, say 1,400, it's 3 hours to 1,500. And then it's dinner break plus 3 hours to 2,200. So, but, if you play 3-hour 17-point matches, I will assure you, and particularly if they go 3 hours, then they've been very intense, a lot of pressure, what have you. You play 9 hours of intense backgammon in a day, and I will assure you, you are exhausted. So, and hello, Ralph Sudbrack. Good to see you. Thought I might see you here. Set of sixes. That'll work. Now, does he make the deuce or does he make the bar? I'm tempted to, were it me, I'd make the bar, but let's see. He's gonna blitz it. Try to blitz it. That'll work. Makes the 2 points. So George will be in the, or actually Mario will be in the game for some time with that ace-3 anchor and holding the cube. He's got what should be more than adequate timing, although he just as soon not roll 20 pips at a time, but nonetheless, okay, Mario's still got a reasonable amount of timing, and it's coming down to some critical rolls for George. He's going to give him volunteer a 6, and he gets hit. Mario, first reaction appears he's going to eschew the 6 for a moment, figuring he's going to get a later shot, but I'm not convinced that that's correct. Man. So, y'all might have seen a gentleman come up and bump fists with me. That's Patrick Jabelli, who's going to be running the Oasis International Backgammon Cup in Dubai in September. And Tara and I are fortunate enough to have been contracted to do the streaming and commentary there as well. I think Phil will again join us, and we're looking at perhaps one other participant in that aspect of the tournament. So now, as best I know, it looks as though, and there may be a late entry or two, but to my knowledge, there's 196 players currently in the championship division of this tournament, compared to, I think it was 207 last year. So it's roughly the same. And of course, as you might imagine, a plethora of the top players in the world, including, Bill and I were looking at a list last night. I think this includes 13 former world champions. We were suggesting that maybe Morton Home ought to make book on what are the odds of one of the 13 existing former champions winning, in contrast to a 14th world champion. Okay, looks like George is going to bring this home, and we're going to be tied up at 4, playing an 11-point match.
Yes.
Well, they got just glancing over here, they got a 16 cube in play next door. That match might end quickly. Not totally unheard of, but in my experience, it's somewhat unusual for elite class players such as Victor and PJT to get a 16 cube in play, but it happens. I was laughing with someone the other day. I played in Las Vegas, and this has probably been 15, 18 years ago. Drew a friend of mine in the first round, and these were 15-point matches, and I won the first game on a 16 cube. And this guy was known to be, and he was a friend, he's known to be kind of wild and loose. And with that 16 cube, his 4 cube decisions were all wrong, and my 4 cubes decisions were all right. And fortunately, I won the match. And that was one of the few times I've seen. I was playing this gentleman, and playing next to us was Kit Woolsey and Knack Ballard, and their match ended on the second game on a 16 cube. So 2 very quick, fast matches with 16 cube finishes at joining boards. Okay, so Mario having to leave a blot in his home board with George in the air, and George has the best 4-point board. So were he able to hit this, which he does not, that would have put Mario behind the 8 ball. Now that's interesting. 6-5, he's going to hit and send that checker back. He needs to escape, but that requires him to leave that deuce blot again. He doesn't get hit again. So now, what is it? It's 4-4. So he's going to continue on. Now come out with the 6. Okay. Nice roll. Gives him the forward anchor. So again, this game is probably going to take a bit of time. Okay, double aces allows him to shift and put a checker in the air, and then he makes the bar point. So again, George needs to perform, needs to enter with either a 2 or a 5. There's the 2. He doesn't really have a 4 that he would like to play. Plays 9-5. Oh. Mario's gonna play on. What does he do here? Oh, Bud Backgammon says the 16 cube was dropped next door. So who got 8 points? Peter got 8 points. So Peter leads 11-4. Okay. Been such that Victor wanted to play a few more games. Okay, what's he do with this 3-1? George still looking for that deuce, doesn't get it. I think Mario, no, I think I'm sending this and let George worry about it. But what he may have already gauged is that I think George is a taker and lets it go this time. But what, I saw a lecture a few months ago by my good friend Ray Fogerland, and among the points he made was that takers are hard to beat. And, you send that cube and give the leverage of the cube to your opponent. And, if things turn south, you've got a crooked number coming back at you. So Mario seems to be a bit more cautious and deliberate than perhaps I expect that George will be. But let's see what happens. Now, as I said, the winner of this plays the winner of the Victor PJT match. And who knows what'll happen. It's backgammon, but I suspect there's odds on everything here. Morton Home is making book on all of the matches throughout the tournament in all events. And I have to think that Peter Jess Thompson or Victor, will be fairly heavy favorites against the winner of this match. But, it's not to demean these guys in any way. They're both accomplished players. I had 2. Okay, so he can button it up a little bit. George has got a nice 5 prime over here, so you don't want to get one hit. You can avoid it and go back behind at 5 prime jail. You don't think so, Ralph? We're talking about favorites in the final, I presume. I don't know. I assume certainly Mario better than I do. I do know that Mario beat Victor in the Super Jackpot final at the New York Metro earlier this year. So certainly a very good player with a nice resume. Hey. He's just not, and it's an awkward roll. not at all confident in what he wants to do here. You know, if he played to the 6 as he originally did, then, you know, he's got 2 strip points, the 10 and the 13, so not much playing flexibility on his next rolls. That'll solve some of his problems. Hey, Arda, when you get a chance, okay. Again, this is Mario's apparently thinking about sending it, but he's in a really awkward, inflexible position. And George has a 6 prime on the other side. Yeah, I would think he needed to roll on. 6-2. Only one safe play, so the stack gets higher and the awkwardness increases. Okay, George is ready for him. He gets a shot. Gonna have to play off the 6. Just want to make sure I gave Rory some information. I gave him the money and information for this Jonathan Seif who registered. Aviv Zivo wants to register for this young guy named Idan Meyer. I just want to make sure that Rory doesn't forget those. Okay. I gave him those names. Okay. And
but
look,
these are all late arrived.
yeah. On the also, I'm thinking about on the stream. Sandra on 1. If because that is the kind of the tradition, and the other options are Zdenek and Noel, Petco, and but PJT's been on a bunch. Trencher and Kazuki, they've been on a bunch. I think the best match as well.
That would be my pick.
Okay, that's what we'll do. Thank you. Okay, I'm sorry. Trying to go over some details with Arda, the director, Arda Fendikoglu, as we approach 2 p.m., which is the beginning of the World Championship. Now, we hope that both of these matches will be over. Just glancing over at the other table, and they've got another 8 cube in play. And it would appear that Peter Jez Thompson is going to defeat Victor. So that will... so stream 1 will be finished. Now we got to worry about these guys on stream 2. 6-4 Mario. Set of 3s, very nice roll. Okay. So I'm sorry again. It's kind of a hectic, distracting moment here as we try to get it all so glancing over here, Victor needs 2 sets starting with 6s. Doesn't get it. So Peter Jess Thompson beats Victor Ashkenazi to advance to the final of the high roller jackpot. And I'm sure Peter appreciates that because he actually lost in the first round and rebought. So he has 15,000. Yeah, that's what I saw. So Peter was into that for 15,000 euros. So now he's assured 28,000 euros as a finalist or 56,000 euros as a champion. So so that's good.
It is freezing.
So okay. Mario holding a 2 cube, holding a 6-4 lead, contemplating sending it back. Now, probably what he perhaps knows, well, and he did send the 4 cube, and I think it's probably an appropriate 4 cube. George lets it go. The I thought the only hesitation in that cube might have been, I think he knows that by reputation or experience here so far that George can be a taker. And, sending him a 4 cube, George could hit it and have a potential of sending an 8 back if things were to turn around. So I think Mario's being cautious in that regard, but certainly he had a good position for the re-cube, and George dropped it. It was interesting yesterday in the, I guess would be quarterfinal. George played Sander, and I think George won 15-6, and it wasn't that close. He just got everything against Sander and won rather handily. Okay, one of my conversations with Arda that distracted me there a second ago, we will show on stream too the David Wells Dirk Schiemann match, first round of the World Championship. That will follow this match. So hopefully these guys finish by 2 p.m. Okay, he can make the 5, so it's a question of the bar or the 5. Mario has been judiciously discriminate in considering his various options in these positions. So he looked at both of those carefully and decides to go with making the bar. George's going to try to force the issue. 25% of the time, Mario would dance. He doesn't, but he doesn't hit either. And that's kind of a bit of awkwardness there. Doesn't have really a 5 that jumps out at you. So I guess playing out to the 18 is probably right. Hey, George hits that. 1-4. So again, George is coming in, but his numbers are not allowing him to provide much building flexibility or anything. Now he needs a 2 or a 4 to hit. Gets the 4. I guess he'll just bring them both down. Nickels. That will definitely work. Hit, then he'll bring, I guess, bring one across, yeah. Okay. Now, George is going to force the issue here. He doesn't have an immediate cover for the ace. Mario has very nice structure over there. Look at 36, 37, 60, 112, 122 for black. 122. And white's looking there at 71, 95, 117, 125. So 125, 122. I think this is a tough one for Mario to let go, but let go he does.
Yes, of course, of course.
8-5, and they're going to take a little break.
Yeah, that's fine.
So I'm going to join them for stepping away for a break for just a second, and we'll be right back.
have the inlay with the logo on it. Yeah. And then I have the void watch. And then I have 2 clock stands.
You guys, you got a phone, right? That's what Mark had mentioned last night.
You said we had a phone? Yeah. Okay. So I brought like one of each. I think we should just go with all.
Yeah, because I know we don't have 2 phones. He didn't mention 2 phones. So.
Is this like the main, the most important option?
Yes.
Sarah, is this the bottom player?
Yeah.
Okay. There's only one set.
What do you mean? Oh. Oh. I thought you showed me 2. That one had a smaller logo than the other one. Remember that?
No.
You know? Maybe it's Mark who showed. Oh, Mark must have showed me. There's some over here.
Okay.
We will do Wells and Sheen.
Okay, I need to know if Sanders is on it.
I don't think, I'll go look. I don't
Okay.
think they've done it.
Wow, these are the correct ones.
Okay.
Actually. It's a little weird that we have 3 logo sets.
That's not it. Nobody's got another set. That was a lot faster than last year.
Yeah.
Remember that? That was sort of a mess.
I learned the trick now.
Okay. Yeah, that looks correct.
Nice. And the smaller logo.
This match is in progress. So yeah.
This one's.
Yeah. So we don't.
I'm just gonna go ahead and. Well, that was lucky. I didn't press any of them.
No kidding.
You're kidding?
No.
No,
I'm-
she's not kidding. We're
Okay.
No, I mean,
Okay.
I'm not, no kidding, no mess with the front. That mess is still going.
That was lucky I didn't press the clock or anything.
That's okay, we can recover, but it would have been a little embarrassing.
Yeah.
Okay, so, this is cool. So, assuming we'll have a phone by 2,
I'll just.
unless you want to use your phone.
Nope.
Neither, yeah.
That's. Nope. That's an unmute. No, shoot, back up.
So 8-5.
Yes.
Okay. Sports fans, they're back. I'm back. Let's see what we can do here. Okay, I'll try to make sure that Klaus. Yes, Jasper, he's playing. A couple of names were inadvertently left off the bracket. You know, how do you forget Sander and Wilcox Snellings? I don't know. But anyway, they're both playing. Okay, so here we go. 8-5 Mario. Two one to play. Makes his 23 point. 6-1. It's gonna hit there. Now, does he make the bar or does he do something else? Tapio, good to see you. Okay, 4-1. Now, George, 5-3. That's 3 coming back the other way. He's going to make the 5 point. Four, 3. 2-1. He could pick 2 up. That's what he opts to do. 3-1. Nice shake. Both comes in and hitting the blot in the process. Three, and then he's going to hit with a 5.
Any news on Sanders' apartment?
No, they're not up there yet. I went and looked. Okay, 4-2. Mario, I guess he just makes the 5 point. Okay. Set of 4s makes the 5 point on the other side of the table. He could do that. He could make the deuce point and put 2 in the air, but he opts for the 5 point. Okay, 3 and 5. That's coming down to the 8. Four, 2 for George. I guess he's just gonna likely come down to the bar. 4-1. Five one. Set of 3s makes the bar. Okay, kind of a standoff, pretty much a relatively even count. Mario would like to get one of those out. Doesn't. Set of deuces. It's a little bit awkward. Maybe more than a little bit awkward. Hmm. Two to go. Not particularly attractive. Mario sends it. George snaps it up. I'm probably a good cube. I'm not sure about the take. Got a lot of work to do. Got 3 checkers behind a 5 prime, and is in a crunch mode if he doesn't roll a 6.
Okay. Yeah, thanks.
But he gets a 6. 3-1. He's just going to have to safety that, I think. Does. So again. Makes the ace point. 6-2. That's a hitter. Okay. That helped significantly. Gets the three checkers out. Now he only has 1 to extract. Pick up the second checker, which he does. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, should Mario dance, which Mario does dance, does George get frisky? That's a 4 cube coming back. some gammon potential there. I wouldn't have been surprised to see him send that. Okay, so Georgia's got to have a 6. Nope. There's a 5-3 that he was an invalid roll. He rolls it again. He gets 5-3 again. Okay, Georgia's got to have a 6. Yeah, he's thinking about, do I try to make, I make Mario pay to see that roll. And Mario says, no, thank you. I'll fight another battle. Well, Jesper, I think the first, starting with DDA Oseroff on that bracket, there were like 9 buys that were reserved for late entrants and maybe oversights and what have you. So the 6 people are either late entrants, or in the case of Sander and Wilcox, they were left off. So there's 6 players for about, I forget how many, in 9 or 10 spots. So I assume Arda will draw those in some fashion to assign who gets who, because among those there are, among those tentative buys, there were DDA, Dagfinn Snarheim, Mochi, and Steve Sachs. So, some real tough draws potentially for some of those people. And again, those 2 of those ones that were left off were Sander and Wilcox. So, Sander or Wilcox could have to play either DDA, Dagfinn, Mochi, or Steve Sachs. So we'll see what happens. Nodar Gagawa was another one in there. You're correct. So again, I assume they're not going to go from top to bottom. I don't know. They could go top to bottom with a random draw, which would mean for sure one of those 6 gets, DDA, Nodar, and Mochi. If they just took like the first 6, counting, DDA being first. So I don't know. I don't know how they're going to do that. It's 1:30 now. So anyway, yeah, he had, you know how he does the brackets, Jesper. He had allotted 10 or 11 of those as tentative buys. Beyond that, the second round matches were to start at 2 p.m. And so, again, I don't know. It was 9, 10, or 11 tentative buys. 6 of those are going to get opponents, and the other 3 or 4 or 5, however many it was, will get their buy. Now, how that, I guess it's random if they just went from the top, but you would want to, among those 6 new people added to the bracket, you would sure draw those to randomize them in some respect before you put them, top to bottom in that tentative bracket section of the bracket. But you changed. So anyway, 3, 9, 7. Mario 6 away, 8 away. I don't know what the plans are here. You might be talking trite about closed out. If I have all of the points in my home board closed and my opponent has one in the, on the bar, then the term I have him closed out. I have a checker closed out, or 2 or 3 or whatever the case may be. Okay, so let's see what happens here. Mario has the forward anchor. He misses that blot. So George has a racing lead here. So let's see what happens with it. Okay, he's gonna exercise his racing lead. Mario snaps it up, so a prime trite typically refers to a consecutive series of covered points by that. Like here, Mario has a 4 prime in his home board. He has 4 blocked points in a row. Now he's shifted one of them, so he has a 3 prime. Uh-oh. Can't move any of his back checkers with that double ace, so he has to break the 1. Now, wow. 6-1 by George, so he's going to have to play a little awkward as well. 5-1. Now Mario has to break. Well, thank you, Trite. Just feel free to ask any questions you'd like. I'm here to try to help. That's why they pay me the big bucks, Okay, so now it's very, very close race. 5-4, he's just going to take 2 in. 3-1. Now he may want to save a 6, so he's going to play 8-7. Yeah, that enables him to what we call save a 6. So with his next roll, these 2 checkers, it's kind of like trapped back here. Were he to roll a 6, he would have been forced to leave one of them and perhaps leave one of them exposed. But he rolled a double 3, which got them by 5-1. Yeah, take it in. You might slide the 5 with a 1 or a 2 on the next roll. You want to ideally get your checkers in as quickly and efficiently as possible. Yeah, there was that slot in the 5, and in doing so, he can take 1 off the ace as well. Okay, Mario comes in. 4-1. Okay. George, double 6, so that'll pretty much seal this game. Well, it's going to be, in all likelihood, 9-9. 6-point match. Now this board is a Galaxy called a Monte-Carlo board. You'll see some ads during the broadcasts and all. I think it's like 1,050 or 1,150. I don't exactly remember, but it's in that range. So it's not, anywhere near $3,000. 3-1, nice opening roll. Todd. Well, I was going to ask you, maybe check with Arda and see what she wants to do if they don't end on time. Okay, 6-1 makes the bar, so a nice 4 prime developing structure over there. He can make the 4. Okay. Set of 5s. Gonna make 2 points. Which 2 does he want? Obviously the 4 hits the checker and makes a point. Now does he take the ace point, take the 3 point? He's going to unstack by taking the ace point. Well, that was his first inclination. He moved them back, looking at it again. Okay, there's Jovana Ikovic. It's 1050. Yeah, I knew it was right in that range, Jovana. Okay, 6-3. He's going to try the jailbreak, perhaps. Could go 13-7. Might try to just get out, though. Well, what do you do here? You could go 13-7 and 6-3. Gives him a little bit more potential of building, but yeah, I think this is the play. If you don't get hit, then you can probably cash this out. Hey, Mario is going to contemplate that. CJ Utley. What's up, CJ? Good to see you. Okay, George takes it. 6 and a 3. Probably going to bring one down. He doesn't want to stack another checker on the 6. Could go 6-3. Only play with a single blot, so that makes good. Double nickels. 2, 3, maybe. Okay, so he moved a lot of freight. He still got to get little Wilbur home over there. Now, this is going to be kind of interesting. I'm tempted just to bring 3 down and go to the 4 and count on him not getting out of that broken 6 prime. That's my play. Even if he were to get out, I think Mario's still ahead in the race. Alternatively, he could make the ace, but then he's going to have to leave a shot somewhere. Make the ace and the deuce. 5-point board, something to be said for that. No, I think this one holds 5 across, right? Watch him next game at the starting position. I think you'll see that. 4-2, so George can't escape. Now, Mario is in a good position to maybe seal this off, but the roll doesn't permit him to do so. That is, these are Galaxy boards. They're built by Gammon in Istanbul. I think they're, in effect, a tournament sponsor as well. Nesh. Look there, my friend Bakar Matikashvili is in the room. Good to see you, Bakar. We still haven't met personally in person, so we're going to have to remedy that one of these days. I'll be in Dubai. Are you going to be in Dubai? We're thinking very seriously about going to artist tournament in Cyprus, so perhaps we'll have the opportunity to cross paths. Hey, Mario's still looking for that roll to close this stuff out, and he's still not getting it. But he's got a broken 6 prime and only an indirect 4-3 to hit him. Gets to a 7, but it's the wrong 7. Okay, going to the 2 and the 4, I suspect, could make the ace point, but then you give him a few returns, so I think this is probably the correct play. George has the best 5-point board on the other side, so you don't want to, risk a shot. We're trying to find out, and I think Tara went to ask him, but she didn't tell me what the result was. But ideally, the main event starts at 2. So if this match isn't complete at 2, I'm not sure what the stance is going to be. If they make them suspend the match so that all of the main event matches can start at the same time, or if they let them finish this. But if they do, then of course there's like 3 matches delayed, because it'd be Mario's match, George Rabahie's match, and the match that is to be played on this board, Stream 2, which is going to be David Wells and Dirk Schiemann. The Stream 1 is going to be Sander Leilhoff as the defending champion. He gets that honor and privilege, and I'm not sure of his opponent yet. He was one of the 6 late arrivals and or people left off of the board. No, if you roll a number that it allows you to enter, you must enter. I guess this is a responsible moves tournament, but if your opponent rolled and hit his clock, then I guess you have the option of accepting his play. Okay, so Mario wins 2 points. It's 11-9. Ooh, pardon me. Y'all might see me yawning off and on during the day. I did not sleep well last night. Had a little touch of illness, discomfort, whatever. Are they gonna finish, or is he gonna stop?
They're gonna play when they're finished.
Okay.
Light.
What?
Before we start, turn on the light.
I did turn on that.
You did. Hey Dirk, how you doing? Cooking.
How are you doing?
Hey, Dirk. How's it going, man? Good to see
Everything's
you.
good.
So, hope you don't mind, but they're gonna be on stream too, but they aren't quite finished.
Okay.
Arta said if you guys are okay with waiting, that way you can be streamed.
Yeah,
Not
I don't
okay
mind.
with waiting. You play David Wells.
Yes, yes.
There's just not much.
Did you start to say you don't mind, or
Well, I
within
would like
reason?
to start on time, but if it's not, well, let's see how this develops. I mean,
Yeah, they've got 12 minutes, so
how much they still have a lot on the clock. But yeah, we'll see. Okay.
Okay.
Sorry about that. Just
Yeah,
this
yeah,
is
yeah.
how it happens. So that's what Arta said. Just leave it up to you guys what you want to do.
Yeah, I haven't seen David yet.
Okay.
So whatever.
okay. So Arta has said that this match will finish, and David Wells and Dirk Sheeman. But
It's to stream one of their opponents. We'll
Yeah.
have a match.
yeah, we'll have a match because
Right?
these two matches are going to
'Cause
be.
they gotta play.
They got to play. So Sheeman and Wells, if they want to wait till this match is finished, they can do so. If they want to go ahead and start playing, then we'll stream one of these guys and whomever their opponents are. I'd have to go check on that. Okay. Set of fives. That's going to work. Better watch out, Jonathan. Baccaro leave marks on you. Very good player. Mario trying to decide what he wants to do. There it is. Two.
Okay, so it's A10 Ilfeld. He's actually a pretty important dude from the
Who?
UK.
Who?
Is Sanders' opponent.
Who is it?
E10 Ilfeld.
Oh, I never heard of him. Then I guess Eton Ilfeld
Ilfeld.
from the UK is Sanders' opponent. So that
Mind Sports or something.
ah
That's what he is. So
okay. Okay, so okay, so he gets the five. So now well, that is pretty close. Mario's better distributed in his home board. George is closer to his home board with all his checkers, but George said, I got to think that's a snap take, but 28, 58, 65, 66. Yeah, that was pretty close. So maybe don't want to wish bad fortune on either one of them, but maybe they're trying to help us out to finish by 2 o'clock here. Okay. 2, 3. It's pretty close. 4s, that'll make it less close. He's going 6-2, but we shall see. They both are going to have the same number of checkers. Okay, but the potential for misses are higher on George's side. So let's see what happens. Okay, George gets a 5-3, so George hasn't missed yet in that sequence. 5-4, there's a miss. Now, let's see what happens. Mario has the cube, so George has no... oh, that's a direct miss of 2 checkers. Now, there's Mario. 5-6, so Mario's in a pretty commanding position now, barring a set. So George's going to need... well, he's not going to need anything because Mario's not going to give him the chance. Okay, so 13-9 Mario. It's 155. So the wait shouldn't be long. Now again, Sanders playing, Tara told me the name, but I don't remember it. UK head of Mind Sports, Ilfeld or something. Because Sander is playing, he was left off of the initial draw. So he'll be treated like a late registrant or whatever. So Wilcox was also left off the main draw, unbelievably. So both of them will be in the draw, Wilcox, Snellings, and Sander. And they will, there's 4 late entries plus those 2 guys. So those 6 will be randomized and put in the first 6 buy spots, starting with DDA Asura. Okay. Etan Ilfeld. Okay, that's who, that's the name. I didn't remember it. That's who Sanders playing. According to my better half, Miss Tara. One, 2, 3. Split the back. Think. Okay, that's what he does. Y'all might can hear the rising din in the room behind me as it's filling up. I think the main event, the championship division, certainly starts at 2. The intermediate either starts at 2:30 or 3. I don't recall. Okay, George, let's see. He's sending the cube. Mario takes it. Let's see what happens here. He's going to make a break for it. He gets hit. Potential this match could end. He doesn't get hit. Bring that over to here. Okay, no exposed checkers. Set of 3s. 2. Does he come out with the other one, or does he make the bar? Doesn't accomplish much to make the bar just yet when you don't have any checkers behind it. Okay, he hits, but he's going to have to leave a shot. Oh, you're such a idiot. Oh, looking over here to the side, Wilcox Snelling is doing his stretching and relaxation exercises, preparation for his match. Okay.
Charlie.
Okay, so George is in a better position, but Mario's not out of the picture. He leaves a 7. Is 2-5, duped 5-2.
You guys, did you receive the email I sent you?
I didn't check.
Okay, give you back. No problem.
Okay, he's counting. He doesn't like leaving. I got you, Joe. Okay, so Mario 3-6. That doesn't work, but he's going to be bring that checker on around and in. It's very close, very close. Okay, Mario's in pretty good shape, but George is in pretty good shape too. Let's see if, that's a shot. A hit could end this. See what happens. 1-6, he doesn't hit it, but he escapes. Okay, so he's okay, George has 4 off. Mario's fixing to begin his bear off. 4-3. Two. Got it. Okay, Mario needs big numbers. That's a big number. Gonna be, this could go either way. Ideally, no, Jocks, but
Sorry. I'm sorry.
okay. George rolls a 2-3, so this is tight. Mario could win with a set. Boom, now George has some misses. He rolls an ace. He rolled an ace. Match is over. Okay, good match. Yeah. Now, as you may know, on stream 1, we're gonna have Sandra Lylehoff and I-10 Ilfelt. And on stream 2, we're going to have Dirk Schumann and David Wells.
Yeah, stream 2.